it's Quinn here with another easy arrangement for you. This time we're taking a look at the Halloween classic Spooky Scary Skeletons. So let's just jump right into it. So starting off the song, we just have a couple of these like bass hits right here. Sounds like this. Just playing all of those notes really nice and short. Every one of them's played pretty staccato for the most part. We're just coming down the notes G, F sharp, B, D, G, F sharp, and then we have kind of an arpeggiation of a B minor chord right here. Repeat of this bass line again. And then kind of a shorter arpeggio here. Now we just have like the root, fifth, and octave of that. Chords for this intro are pretty cool. We just have like a G chord to an F sharp major chord to a B minor chord right here. If you want to try playing the chords along with this, you can as well. It's a very good test of your bar chords. Going on to the next part, we have the main melody right here. Now, there are some slight variations in terms of how it's sung based on the number of syllables that are in some of the words. So if you go through like the first time, you'll see notice you have like two quick hits on the 5th fret here. Rather than those being two quarter notes, they're played as 2 eighth notes. 1 and 2. That part's also a little bit different upon the repeat. Those are just quarter notes, and then 1 half note at the end. Again, playing that note sort of short, we'll have a repeat of that melody. A couple of different notes right there. Some of these variations in terms of how it's sung, you could choose to do, or you could just simplify it and even just do it the same way the whole way through. If you're not playing along with somebody who is singing at the same time, you can kind of do your own thing in terms of the notes and rhythms right here. Just as long as you keep it fairly close to the melody, you can put some tweaks on it here and there as you need to. Okay, so that wraps up the verse of the song right there. Now we're moving on to the B section. It'll sound like this. Some really interesting things about this section. One, you have this really great melody. You have some very cool chords behind all of this too. So the chords for this, just real quick, are D. This is We're So Sorry Skeletons. Onto the F sharp minor over C sharp chord right here. Then we have B minor. That lines up with. And then a nice G minor chord here at the same time as you're hitting this open D. To E minor. To C7. And then C sharp minor 7 flat 5. That's the chord that's a real mouthful. To an F sharp major chord there at the end. So there's some really interesting chromatic chords in there. Starts off pretty normal. All of this is in the key of B minor here. D, F sharp minor, B minor. This G minor is pretty interesting right here. If you want an easy open chord version of that, a good way to play it is just 3 on the low E string. Just muting out the A string and then getting open D and then the 3rd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, and then just muting the high E string too. Very cool how that wraps around. And then we have E minor. That C7 is pretty chromatic in there too. That gives you that cool B flat against it. And then we have sort of a chromatic walk up in the bass from C to C sharp. Minor 7 flat 5. That actually is a chord that is diatonic to B minor for you theory guys out there. That's kind of like a 2 to a 5, and then we'll come back to B minor. In terms of actually playing the melody, nothing really too difficult here. Staying mostly around second position right here. My first finger is getting all the second frets, and my third finger is getting all the fourth frets. Hitting that great A sharp at the end just the same time as you hit that F sharp major chord. There are a few notes that come in on some of the offbeats right here. If you notice in the section before you get to the C sharp minor 7 flat 5, you've got this quick fourth fret here. And then right back into a reverse melody. And you can either play that far into it to get a pretty nice performance of it, or you can keep going and play along with the rest of the song, which is mostly the same, just with a couple tweaks towards the end. So thank you for watching all of that. Like and subscribe if you would like to see more of these videos in the future.